lift. My back hurts.
So, I got a question. Who knows what the word plateau means? Plateau.
Is it like the platypus?
Not related to the platypus.
Is it like
the
Is it
landform?
Oh, somebody said landform.
a story?
Oh, magic glass.
Everybody listen to Ethan. What is it?
It's a type of a landform, and I forgot what it means.
Okay, CJ?
It's like the landform that has like a flat top.
Like, right? Right, so that plateau is a noun. Ever hear of the word plateau used as a verb? Like if you plateau after 3 years of practice, what's that mean?
If you stay on the same level?
Well, this is something that fascinates me, right? You know, I am a lover of language. And plateau, right? So this is the noun, plateau. It's a landform, looks like that. But we use it as a verb as well. And the meaning as a verb comes from the shape of the landform. So when your progress, right? So this is time, and this is whatever, growth, understanding, right? You improve, you improve, you improve, you improve, you improve, but then you stay at the same spot and there's no more improvement. So that's called plateau, right? So you can plateau as a writer, as a user of language. And my Korean has plateaued. Okay? When I first moved to Korea, I studied real hard. My Korean improved and improved and improved and improved. And then at some point, it just stopped improving. So what reasons do you think it may have stopped improving? Now it's just the same as it was 4 years ago.
You lost interest in it?
Maybe I lost interest.
You weren't challenging yourself?
Wasn't challenging myself.
You were lazy.
I could be lazy, or it could be Miss June's fault. My wife, Miss June, maybe it's her fault. Actually, it is.
No.
But it's also related to what you guys said. See, the problem is, Miss June and her mom and dad, they use language that they know I understand. So there's no challenge.
Do you use English?
No, but they use Korean that I can understand. Right? They know me really well. So they know what words I know and what words I don't know. So talking to them is not a challenge. And I feel like my Korean is great when I talk to them because I understand everything. The thing is, I don't understand it all because my Korean's great. I understand it all because they use words I can understand. So I am plateauing. I'm not improving. Okay? Now the same thing can happen to you as a writer. And we don't want that to happen. In order to prevent that, we need to keep challenging ourselves and identifying the next steps we need to take to grow. This is what happens when you have a conference with me or Miss B. You show us what you're doing, we show you the next step. You can also do this on your own. Okay? Using a tool. And that tool looks like this. A checklist. Okay? This is what we're going to practice using today. Okay? So tell the person next to you what a plateau is.
Plateau means you like started improving once, but you like what?
That means
Like
you're
stop.
not growing. Like you're not improving.
Gina, what's a plateau? A plateau is when you stop improving. Got it? Everybody repeat after me. A plateau is when
Plateau is when
you stop improving.
you stop improving.
Okay, so we're going to make sure that doesn't happen, and we're going to do that by using a tool, a checklist, or a rubric, or a learning progression. We're going to use all of those this year. To help us do that, we're going to use a story written by another student.
Hey,
Okay? And I'm going to read it to you first. Okay? Now, I don't want you to read along with me. I'm going to read it to you. So you're just listening to enjoy the wonderful story. Okay? Are you ready?
Is it like students in
Maybe.
what do you mean? Is it a student from Digital World?
A student from Red Group.
Ah.
Okay? It's called Look Up and Watch the Show. Alright? I walked up the stairs of the subway. We were almost there. I had been waiting to see this for my whole life. 5 years before this, I had been asking, Mom, can I go to the fireworks? My mom always replied, No, honey, maybe next year. Dad, can I go to the fireworks? You are too young and it's too late. This went on for the next 5 years. Finally, I asked, and they said yes. I jumped up and down and kissed and hugged them 8 times. They said I was now old enough. I couldn't wait to tell my friends. And here we are, an hour early, staring eagerly at the starlit sky. I looked at the barges straight ahead of me. They were ready to fire. I imagined streams of color floating out of them in every direction, like 10 hoses with 10 different colors of water. For the next hour, I asked my parents at least 100 times, when's it starting? My parents were giving me dirty looks. They were annoyed, but I really couldn't help myself. Then, boom, crack, crack, boom, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and white all seemed to be falling on me, screaming, Hi, nice to meet you. They were saying to most of other people, I remember you from last year. All right, so you're going to finish this on your own, but let me ask you, what's going on? What happened? Chloe?
The main character went to watch the fireworks.
The main character, she's going to see the fireworks. Ethan?
The firework was like very important for her because their parents didn't allow he or she to watch it for like 5 years.
That's right. She's been asking to go for 5 years. And her parents had always said no until now. So you should be thinking, oh, this is the first time she did something. Right? That's why it's memorable. So I think I'll just continue, okay? Although this is really hard to read. I glanced straight ahead of me, and bats were flying away from all the commotion and noise. It was eerie and exciting. Amazing shapes, colors, and noises were bursting out of the 4 barges. Large booms from previous fireworks echoed from one building to another behind us. Now the time I had been waiting for, to see the grand finale. Smiley faces and hundreds of shooting stars shot high in the sky with large booms. Everyone was oohing and eyeing. Yeah. But I knew, James, I knew that I oohed and ahed the loudest. I was sure I was more excited than anyone else. It was now over. Silence rang in my ears and heavy smoke lingered in the sky. The smoke carried away with carried with it all my dreams of this, because now I had seen and I experienced my first ever up-close showing of the fireworks. I hope my old dreams of seeing the fireworks where the first time is carried over to someone. And just like me, they can have this great first-time experience and tell their friends all about it. Now I have done it, I can tell myself, I will never forget the first time I ever saw fireworks. Now I understand what people say, or what people mean when they say how magical fireworks are. Okay. Pretty good story, huh? Have all of you seen fireworks?
Who wrote it?
Me. The secret.
It's from sites.
Have you seen the fireworks at Everland? Ever see Everland fireworks? They're pretty neat.
Yeah, I never went to them. Chinese fireworks.
Yes, world famous.
I never went to English fireworks since I was like 3 years old.
Okay, now, so what we're going to do, okay, we read the story to enjoy it, right? Now we're going to read it more deeply. And we're going to use the checklist. We're going to use the checklist to find ways to get better. All right? And today we're going to focus on elaboration.
I'm just moving the chair.
So, can somebody read elaboration? Read the grade 6 elaboration box. Let's have Minu. Nice and loud. The grade 6 elaboration box.
I developed realistic characters and developed the details. Action, dialogue, and internal thinking that contribute to the deeper meaning of the story.
Alright, so for elaboration, and this is something we've talked about the last few days, we need realistic characters. We need tiny actions. We need dialogue. We need inner thinking. Did I miss anything? Did I get it all there? Details, action, details. Okay, so what I'm doing here, I'm using this checklist to make myself a better writer. Because now I'm going to analyze, imagine this is mine. I'm going to go back and through it and see where these things are. And I'm going to make sure they're there. Okay? So this is what I want you to do now. I want you to go back and annotate this story. Okay, so when you find proof, some evidence that the characters are realistic, you're going to write right on it. Okay, so for example, here, Mom, can I go to the fireworks? No, honey, maybe next year. Dad, can I go? You're too young and it's too late. Now, have you ever done this? Like you say, Mom, can I buy some Pokemon cards? And Mom says, no. And you go, Dad, can I buy some Pokemon cards? Right, and you think that maybe your dad's going to say yes if your mom said no? Never going to happen. But you try, both parents, right? Have you done that?
Oh,
Sure. Sure, all the time, right? Maybe sometimes the wires get mixed up and mom or dad says yes when the other one said no. That's what we're hoping for, right? So right here, I think this sounds very realistic. It's what I do. It sounds like a mom, it sounds like a dad. So I'm going to put something here, like this. Realistic, real characters. Right these people are real. They sound like real parents. So I'm going to write it right on my story. I want you to do that with tiny actions, inner thinking, details. Do that now. You're reading through, you're annotating. Okay, you're writing where the author does these things right on the story. Go ahead. Okay, so as soon as you've written something down, raise your hand. If you wrote something on that story already, raise your hand. David's got something. What do you got? Can you tell us all?
The line where I imagine streams of color floating out of them in every direction. My hypothesis was 10 different doors.
Wonderful. She said, right here, I imagined, what's that? Here, I imagined my inner thinking. Right, I imagined streams of color floating out of them in every direction. Okay, so you're going to continue this at your tables, all right? But what I want you to see is that by using this checklist, okay, and using this checklist, you can find out exactly what you're doing and what you're not doing. And what you're not doing is, where's the plateau? So you remember this plateau? Right? When you discover something on here that you're not doing, that is the next step, right, in your progress. Albert, you see how that works? So we use this checklist to identify next steps. And when we have those next steps, we break through and get over that plateau. And we continue to rise and be awesome and be great and be Lauren. Right? Just making sure you're paying attention. So, when you get back to your tables, I want you to finish annotating the story. I want to come around and see that everybody has found these things in this example. Okay, and I'm going to ask you to show me. So you're going to go back. That's where you're going to work on the start. Once you've done that, you're going to have about 20 minutes, 25 minutes to write one more story. Because tomorrow you will choose one to publish. Yes. You share with the world. I'm going to tweet it. That's right.
So are you going to
Can you do it in
put the
Instagram
basketball
instead?
over everything?
Huh?
Are you going to post the basketball or the
No.
everything?
No, but you will publish it.
Can you do it on Instagram instead?
Maybe.
But Mr. Rainbow don't have an Instagram.
I did.
He's like,
So, Abby, do some of your parents have Twitter?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I got some parent followers on Twitter.
No.
And they watch the videos and watch you.
And you can
So
find
don't sit up front.
have any parents from Orange Group?
Maybe. I don't know. I just have names.
My mom doesn't use Twitter.
I gotta figure it out. So, back to your desks. You're starting your work at the desk by finishing your annotation.
On Twitter or Facebook?
Instagram.
Oh, it was recording. No, it was recording. James, don't get in the picture.
Oh, not going out of the video.
No.